All right. All right. All right. It's time to make some bets, not bets for breakfast, bets for dinner, bets for supper, whatever you want to call it. It's time to get paid, my friends. Gonna throw up the massive screen full of data. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at the optimizer, Sharp Money Radar, DFS optimizer, plus EV optimizer. We're gonna make entries here on Underdog. I'm gonna be doing some research, mysprearyedge.com. No time to waste. Let's get the music going. Let's get paid. Let's go. It's time to bet on some sports, my friends. Turn off the music. Get my ugly mug up on the screen, and there we go. We're ready to cook together. If you've never watched one of these shows, Monday through Sunday, I am here 7 days a week unless life beckons. Otherwise, I am here at 9 a.m. Eastern making bets the entire time. We do full out slips, we do parlays, we do single bets. We base it on math, models, and money. The three things that actually drive profits when you are betting on sports. Originating picks based on DVP and matchups and all that nonsense is a thing of the past, at least for some of these sports. I think some things I'll get into as we get going throughout the rest of the show, but you know me by now. Very, very important to me to be transparent. So let's get a quick look at yesterday. Wasn't the best of days. There are a bunch of plays, by the way, ended up being voided, like six of the 28, whatever it was, voided from players who just did not end up playing. So it was a mixed bag. I went 11-11. It was the second losing day of the month for the live shows in March. We had two over the course of like 20. So we're up to like 24, 25 streams, 4 losing days. And that just means it's a bounce back day. It's just outright bounce back day. Now, the three sources we'll use today, the DFS optimizer, we're going to be using that. This has been fantastic. Oh, let's see. Let's click off of April. Let's check out overall DFS Optimizer 115 and 74. The Plus EV Optimizer 116 and 67. Smart Money Radar 141 and 100. Comes out to be like 59% or higher hit rate for these things. We're also going to take a peek at the projections today. We got a lot to look at as far as history goes. People are asking about those RBI unders, and I'm going to show you why. And guess what? You stick around long enough today, I have an 11 leg plus 2,500 parlay to give you. So you got to stay. You have to stay. I'm just going to say it right now. I ain't giving it away anytime soon. You're going to earn that bad boy. But here you go. The unders for our betting projections are 10,000 simulations. I'm going to be using the A+ bet grade specifically. We are looking at almost an 80% hit rate over the course of 2,000 bets using all our A's and B's. And look, the C+ bet grades, while it's only 193 total bets, still an 80% win rate, right in line with the rest. This is one of our strongest markets, and we're going to do it again today. And I told everybody, as somebody just asked, where are the RBIs for the VIP? Don't worry, it's coming. There are, 14 games tonight. Part of what I did today, let's go to this screen right here. I'll be down in the corner. Part of what I did today is I'm waiting for all the lineups to confirm, because yesterday I shared it. 2 of the 8 players weren't in lineups. So today, there's only like 3 or 4 teams left that haven't confirmed their lineups for the 6 o'clock, 7, and then all the way through 10:30 p.m. games. So I'll post that 11-leg parlay here after the show, and you'll see it live on the show today as well. Now, I said something yesterday, and I want you to bank this before we get to all of the picks. Okay, are you ready? Because we're about to make 1 million picks. But the first thing I want to talk about before we get to it is, my friends, that list you could have broken down into, and I said this, I was like, I think there's actually a huge way to profit with this list if it's hitting 80, 90% of plays. So posted it Saturday. It went 11-1 on Twitter. Yesterday, it went 6-1, I want to say. Tatis had a sac fly ribby in the 3rd inning for the Padres, which chalked a plus, 1,200 or whatever it was. The day prior, it swept. The day before that was the 11-1 day. The day before that, it swept. And the day before that, it swept. So it has swept 3 times since Friday. Absurd. A week. 3 times in the past week. It fully swept. 2 days, it only had 1 loss. Now, if you take those plays, because there's a bunch between minus 180 to like minus 300, and you put them together in little 2-pick action, 2-pick SGP, whatever it might be, you are making bank. It is absurd. So do what you want with the information today. I'm not going to tell anybody what's right or wrong. And when it comes to betting, I think there's so many different ways to profit. If you could just do me a huge favor, we've got 163 people tuned into the introduction so far across the internet. Just like, retweet, help me out wherever you are. Now, not all plays are created equal. I would not blindly start using all of these plays. I'm telling you, that's not a good way to use these tools, in my opinion. But I will cover how I see the best approach to this. So here's a good example. Onyeka and Kongwu for prize picks. If you're running prize picks over there, let me open this up in a separate app. Make sure I'm not logged in. Okay, great. Nope. Oops. How do I bring this on? There we go. It is here. So a deep link, a click, bang, it opens. All right. So this Onyeka play. It beats the sharp odds. Now, sharp odds, not all sports books are created equal. I cover this each and every show. Your BetMGMs, your BetRivers, your Caesars of the world are not the same as your pennies, your Circas, your FanDuels, BetOnline, so on and so forth. So we take our sharp books, we make sharp odds, we calculate them based on weighting certain books for certain sports, and then we compare versus those, those fixed price lines of Prize Picks 3-pick entry, or even better for underdog 2-pick action at 1x multipliers is a 3.5x, which turns out to be a plus 250 parlay. So not only does it crush the sharp odds by 20 cents, minus 118 versus minus 138, 7.2% edge. That's what that math is. Then I compare to FanDuel, because FanDuel for NBA is incredibly sharp. We beat it by 10 cents. Not bad. Pinnacle's very sharp. BetOnline's very sharp, so on and so forth. They're all hovering down here. I love it. You just saw the odds update. Nothing important updated, though. It's just Fliff and Hard Rock. Irrelevant movers. So if you're on Prize Picks, that's a good start for your day. I save everything to my bet tracker so that we can do a review the next day. I review every single day to see how the day went. Let's check this one out. Steven Matz, another Prize Picks play. And I'm looking at Pinnacle more for baseball before I look at FanDuel. And they're both way down here. So it beats the sharp odds. Penny minus 135, FanDuel minus 139. This Steven Matz under 4.5 strikeouts would be another play for Prize Picks as we are starting to get to. And you can see, I always have to make, sometimes it enters my private info live. So there's the Steven Matz play. So now you got 2 plays you can run out. And we can make a third real quick so you all can run out a third play. Matter of fact, here's one. Tomoyuki Sugano. Thought he used to pitch for Baltimore. Not sure where he is now. It's either Colorado or San Diego. Now, I don't have odds for him from FanDuel or Pinnacle, 2 of the smart or sharpest books that I would use. So maybe we don't run that one out, but for whatever it's worth, it shows up here on the plus EV optimizer. And I've said before, if any plays ever show up in the plus EV optimizer, they're basically like a lock and load to me. If they're a plus EV play and they're plus EV for pick'em apps, which look, I mean, I am only currently doing Prize Picks and Underdog because everybody under the sun tunes into this show for this pick'em stuff. However, there are 30-ish books here that you can use these tools for. I'm just showing you for Prize Picks and Underdog. Again, like, do what you want with this information. Okay. I definitely am not using this only for these certain sites. Okay. I just want that to be abundantly clear, but I digress. If you ever see them show up, they're usually freaking awesome here. And it just disappeared in the Sharp Money radar, but it's still there on Better. It's still there on Prize Picks. Let's get a third pick. As you can see, the tool is updating. You could pause it if you're using it, but for the sake of having the best and most up-to-date stuff, I want to make sure I'm showing you here. So FanDuel, minus 139, Chris Dunn. This is a great third play. I'm just going to save this bad boy. And yep, still there at 3.5. You're all set. So there you go. There's a nice little 3-pick action to start your day on Prize Picks. And we're going to keep on going. Now, today, if you are tuning in for the first time, let us know in chat. Be like, hey, Donuts, what is this show? What is your product? Tell me a little bit about it. I'll take 30 seconds to explain it. If you're one of the people who tunes in every day, well, you're in luck. This show keeps on feeding and lining pockets. It's free information, free picks. And the whole goal here is to take an hour to 2 hours per day to line your pockets. I want you to feel like you're flush and you get good confidence in watching me use these tools, how I use my decision making. And again, like, this is just the mobile view, but of course for computer, I mean, my gosh, the way you view everything here on PC, you can do a heck of a lot more. You get really good views. Like if you're sitting here and you're like, man, I want to use this site, let me line your pockets for a few days here on the live show. And then you go ahead and sign up. You're like, all right, let me give it a try. I want to do this on my own. I'm done waiting for Donuts. I don't want to wait all day, every day for this stuff. I just want his picks or the model picks, and I want the math. I want this to all help out all the time, 23 hours a day. Well, then go ahead. That's when you sign up. But for that 1 hour per day minimum, I'm going to feed you regardless. Are we on the same page? Does that make sense? You could tune every day. Every day. You'll be tuning in on this channel here on YouTube, and I'm going to find a way to try to line your pockets every single day. No questions asked. I require nothing in return. Just like the video when you're here, subscribe to YouTube, retweet on X, so on and so forth. Let me line your pockets. And then if you're intrigued and you're like, I want to use the tool the other 23 hours a day, that's mysparryedge.com. You can use that link is right here. You can use the tool anytime you want, 23 hours. Otherwise, when I'm not streaming. So that's the whole shtick right here. There's nothing more to it. I'm not hiding anything. There's nothing to it, my friends. Just let me line your pockets for a little bit here, and we'll see if we can make some money together elsewhere as well as I post things inside Discord. All right, let's keep going. Will these live show picks ever become Donuts picks on Discord? Well, here's the problem. They're not useful later, Andrew. I had this conversation with somebody before, and they're like, Donuts, can you just take a screenshot of all your picks and we can enter them? Like, actually, that's quite minus EV. And I don't want people to go out there and just burn a hole through their pockets and be like, well, I never win with the live show picks. right? Because that's what's going to, I'm telling you right now, I've been in this game since 2016. What's going to happen is I'm going to post that list of 12. It'll go, 8-4. Everybody who watched the live show, they entered slips, 4 of their slips cashed, or 3 of their 6 slips cashed, and they walked away with profit because they got 3.5x return on underdog for all 8 slips. Well, then what happens inside Discord? Somebody enters the plays 8 hours later. That 4.5x Steven Matz under is a bumped 4. They take it. Maybe the 4.5 strikeout multiplier was a 1. Now it bumped down to a 0.85. So now when their slips do cash and they're only getting a 0.286 or a 0.304 return on their underdog slips, they're not going to cover the losses from the missed slips. And then I get blamed, and it makes me look bad, makes the product look bad. So when you are watching the show, everything is live and it's current. Later in the day, doesn't hold as much value anymore. A lot of this stuff comes and goes, gets replaced by new value, which is why there's a nice yin and yang, right? I mean, like, you watch, you get fed, you do well, and then you can do this the other 23 hours on your own. I mean, that's kind of how it works. Like, you're going to have success watching this show. You will, because we've had 4 losing days and 30 days of streaming. It's worked out great, and you could use this otherwise on your own as you see fit too. So anyways, let's keep going. My wife's trying to get me in a bubbly water. So we got this thing from, one of those big stores, Costco or whatever, where it has a discount on these 25-ounce bottles of bubbly water, Pellegrino. I'm struggling. Mineral water is good. I'm starting to get hooked on it, but it's a change. I'm gonna start coughing on a live show. Just join the Discord if you want more picks. Fires on a crazy heater. I didn't even see how he did last night. I saw him go 4-0 and then 10-0 2 days in a row. I would not imagine last night when, and he, oh my God, his recap. Oh my goodness, dude. Look at this. My favorite part is all these people usually sign up for me because they see me on the internet. I bring people in, but I in no way, shape, or form am the best. I'm not. I think I'm very good. I think I do a great job delivering things and teaching, supporting, and educating. I've done a good job, providing a place for the community to be built and to moderate that. But man, oh man, inside the Discord itself, I think people, they get access to some extremely sharp individuals. Cleveland, Atlanta, Cleveland needs to win. I'm semi-interested in betting on certain games. I don't know if this is one I can take. I don't have FanDuel to use. And again, FanDuel is extremely important for me when I am making these picks. I want to see what FanDuel's odds are when it comes to these plays. However, for the sake of just getting some more volume in here, because we'll do that, and we're here all day, Max Struess, I will track this one. There you go. You got one for underdog. Constantinople here. We got rebounds over 4.5. Beautiful. FanDuel -139. I take my notes here on the other screen. I got 3 monitors up. I always want to make sure that I am I want to get better. I want to learn. I want to and by the way, I think one of my favorite things about this show is and let me explain why I took this here in a second. I am showing my process live every day. So when you see that bet tracker and you're like, holy smokes, 63.8% or whatever the number was we did on Saturday, 63% of his picks are profitable on these live shows. You get to see how I did it. And then if you want to emulate it, you can emulate it. And upon request, I will happily. Oh, here's why I picked this, by the way. So beats the sharp odds compared to FanDuel. That's about as deep as it gets for me, my friends. I'm literally just following the math. I'm just following the math. And later, when we look at the projections and use the site itself, we're going to follow the model. So we're going to follow the math right now. Later, we're going to follow the model. And whenever these pop up, we're going to follow the money. All right. So here's a play for Prize Picks. Sharp Money Radar, Jack Conkanowitz for, I believe, the Angels still. Okay, cool. It did not log me in. I love it. See, there it is, over 3.5. That's a play here. Why? Well, listen, the sharp money radar, follow the liquidity, my friends. You get sharp action on these exchanges. They're often, a nice precursor to what's going to happen on the pick'em apps at the very least. So these plays often change and change fairly quickly, even quicker sometimes than what these positive EV plays do. And I just stepped on my dog's nose. Hey, buddy. I'm sorry. So when you see 500 doll hairs has come in on Novig for over 3.5 at minus 128, you're actually beating the sharp action with the better fixed price line of minus 118 on Prize Picks for a 3-pick entry. You could actually run this out on DraftKings if you want to use this information, or DK Pick 6 out there and wherever you are, Florida. This is a fine option. Now, is it a lot of liquidity? No, not at all. Matter of fact, if you look at my personal filter set, which somebody asked me the other day, and let me ask you, chat, before I show my filters here. Somebody asked me if I would set up the site so that you could click like donuts settings or donuts filters. I still don't fully comprehend why someone would want that. I do show it on the show here and there because I think it helps like a beginner. But the person that asked, they're not a beginner sports bettor. So I'm trying to figure out like what would be the drive for that. Like if we added like a donut setting or something like that. What's the MO? What's the modus operandi for something like that? Yeah, that's my thought too. Is like back when we launched this, a month ago. Like I kind of put down, wrong screen. Sorry. I kind of put down like, you click the filters and you click helpful hints. And I kind of put down like how I use the site and some tips and some examples. Like every tool you click does this. I mean, you could see exactly what this stuff means and how I view its best practices. But somebody said, can you add donuts settings? So I'm just totally curious. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I just want to know. By the way, that Jack Conklin, look at this. Look at this. And I told you that sometimes when you see plays from the sharp money radar, you'll end up seeing them on the DFS optimizer because look what happens. I told you the money starts flowing on those exchanges and then things change. Things move. You start seeing more money because guess what? The sharp money radar, there are other tools like this out there. There's probably 15 of these by now. That's a lot of sites pushing, people to use sharp tools, and it's a good for the community. I'm not going to knock any other product. I think there's some very good ones out there. I'm just happy that we can offer it as well. But there's a really good play, and it shows up now on the DFS optimizer. Sharp odds minus 140. You've got FanDuel minus 145. Where's Pinnacle? Minus 132. I mean, there's literally everything about this play is perfection, in my opinion. Smashing sharp odds by 7.6%. It showed up on the sharp money. That is a fantastic Prize Picks play. Fantastic Prize Picks play. Now, so you click my helpful hints. You're like, okay, good information. Thanks, Mitch. I could add other bet filters, other bookmakers. There are lots of plays here that you could be betting on. I'm just telling you right now, lots of plays you could be betting on. There's 15 sharp plays with these books. I removed DK. Now there's only 11. I add, DK Pick 6 and Better and Caesars. And now I'm up to 17 plays, so on and so forth. I mean, you could spend all day doing this, by the way. Anyways, this is my personal setting, and I do have this one defaulted. If you turn this off longer than whale, all right, my personal opinion is that I want the plays to be longer than the whale odds. And here's a good example. Well, this is tied. That's tied. Maybe not a great example. How about this one? This is better than the Novig side. Let me get a perfect example. Okay, well, the small edge, but we'll talk about it. Tatsuyame. No, it's not. Tatsuya Aime. I feel bad. I probably destroyed it. Anyways, under 5.5 strikeouts, $834 bet on Novig on this minus 103 line. And I get slightly better price here on DK. The greater the discrepancy, maybe we can add an edge percentage in here or something, the better. Okay. This would be like 0.01. The greater it is, the better it is, though. Okay. That's all I'm trying to get at. That would be another. Anyways, if you uncheck this, watch what happens. And I remove DK. We'll just leave the two pick'em apps. Remember, Price Picks underdog. You'll see other plays pop up. You'll often see more liquidity. Here's the difference, though. We left this here because we want you to be able to take this information and apply it. If you want to apply it, go for it, my friends. Go for it. So what this is showing is about $1,000 has come in, excuse me, on Chris Dunn under 3.5 assists at minus 112 odds on Profit X. Now, you have to pay a minus 118 on Price Picks. But a lot of people are saying to me, they like to just see where the money is going. They just want to see their money's going, and then they can use their due diligence and make their decisions on if they want to use it, despite the fact that it's basically a minus EV play. That's pretty good play, though. That is pretty good play outright anyways. So, again, use this how you want. I leave longer than whale selected because I want to be extremely picky. And it is. It's being picky. It's being very picky on what I want to bet on. So do what you want with that information. I leave it on 500 simply because my math team who put together the site was like 500 seems to be when they started seeing that lines on the pick-em apps started to change. I don't know how they got to that number. Again, as I said earlier in the show, I ain't the best. I am simply very good at bringing people together as maybe a community organizer. I describe and I teach well. And yeah, I bet. But there are very smart people I lean on. I mean, why would I not use a mathematician for this stuff? And they said, hey, 500 is a pretty solid baseline. So use your money how you want. Do what you want. Hey, by the way, look at this Jack Cocknowitz. Wouldn't this be wild? It's on all. I've actually never seen a player show up on all three tools. Never. I'm telling you, we do this show. This is the 25th or so stream. And I don't know if I've ever seen a single player show up on all three. The money, the sharp odds, the devigged lines. That's what a fair odds line is. I mean, we'll save one for each just so we can remember this day forever. But that is a very interesting spot. Oh my gosh. You want to see the power of following the money, man? Look at this one. Dustin May, over 4.5 strikeouts. Somebody slammed down 1.2K on Novig at minus 128. Look at the rest of the books. I can get this bad boy. Am I logged in? Hold on. I can get this bad boy. Yes, I am logged in. At 103. All right. These move quick. I'm telling you right now, that has probably less than 30 to 45 seconds. When you see something that insanely strong, you got a couple refreshes and it's gone. So jump on it, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. I wouldn't doubt that it's going to move sometime in the next 30 to 60 seconds. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I think I got totally sidetracked, but that's okay. I do that on the show because I like to talk about a lot of stuff as we are betting on sports together. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's one of those small little tweaks. It's on the roadmap. You'd be down for it because you're still learning, not creating your own. Okay, so having like I'm just thinking to myself, maybe having a few different default setting buttons. You know, a donuts button, a pick'em button, maybe a pick'em button, exchange button. Well, I don't know. What I don't want to do is like add all these things and then have it be to the point where like, your menu just gets filled up with all these different check boxes. Then you're getting frustrated because you can't see what you're looking for. Now, 300 people for this afternoon show. Never done an afternoon show. Totally wanted to see if people tuned in. Pretty cool. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in to the 4 o'clock live show. Kind of crazy. 300. I love it. I appreciate that. Thank you. A bunch of them. Almost 100 on YouTube, too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's keep going. More picks. One thing I wanted to look at real quick before we continue is I want to see update. I haven't done it in a while. I want to update and look at the outcomes for the different sports. And let's go full screen. All right. So we looked at this a while ago. MLB 69 and 44. That's like a what, 66% or so win rate. That's freaking awesome. Overs are 30 and 15. Unders are 39, 29. So MLB overs have actually been freaking good. Whoa. MLB overs. Now, please, small sample sizes. 30 and 15. And then 39, 29 for unders. All right, let's check out NBA. NBA unders, I figured. NBA unders. Wow. Okay, NBA unders, this is over a 60% win rate. 152 and 97. And then overs, not as good. What's the math? That's like 58%. Not terribly different. Okay, so NBA, slight lean to the unders. MLB, lean to the overs. NHL is not 11 and 4. NHL is just good. I think they're almost all overs too. A couple unders. All right. Sorry, I had a random thought, and because I have ADHD, we're just going to cover it. Afternoon show is goated. Appreciate that. Thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love being here. This is fun. It's a different time slot for me. Let's get back to it, though. Is there a site that you guys want more action for today, though? I plan on doing that RBI parlay for Novig. For anybody who used code Donuts on Novig. And I like to do a lot here for Underdog because it's the best payouts. So makes the most sense to pay attention to it. All right, let's keep on going. No FanDuel here, no Pinnacle. Quentin Grimes over 17.5. You are beating the DVIG line of a minus 118. So if you were interested, that is a fine option. I mean, you can use that. But I usually want FanDuel or Penny. Penny minus 127. Curtis Mead basically to get a base hit on Prize Picks. I don't even know who he is. Go to his player card. Looks like a platoon hitter. Let's keep going. We'll find better plays. Here's one. Prize Picks. Dustin May over 4.5 strikeouts. FanDuel minus 130. Bet online minus 154. Slightly convoluted, maybe. Pinnacle minus 118. Okay, so Novig's got 1,300 on it. I can't do it. That's not a terrible play because, again, these are devigged lines. So a minus 124 devigged. Price Picks fixed price of a minus 118. Dustin May over 4.5. The math checks out. I personally can't play it. Did we? Was it on a different? Was it sharp money? It was probably sharp money if we did. Sharp Money Raider. Well, Sharp Money Raider. Oh, that was for DraftKings because I had a plus 103. Wow. So it ends up being, holy smoke. So plus EV as well. And that means the DK odds moved, didn't they? Where's DK? I knew they would. DraftKings minus 127 now. I told you. I told you that plus 103 was not going to last. Wow. It moved 30 cents. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's some good value. Emerson Hancock here. What do we have? Penny? No. We don't have FanDuel either. I think we already looked at Sugano, Caleb Durbin. Let's see. Same thing. No Pinnacle. FanDuel. So it's like I know these are beating DVIG lines, but again, I personally want to make sure that I am also beating sharp books. Oh, here's a good one. Neek Clifford on Prize Picks under 16.5 points. Sharp odds minus 137. Get a minus 141 in Pinnacle. A worthy endeavor right there. Neek Clifford. Neek Clifford under 16.5 points. Sacramento Kings. Curse Mead shows up here too. Gosh darn it. I can't do it though. Oh, actually, Pinnacle minus 130 popped up now. All right, let's run it. That's Prize Picks as well. Curtis Mead, total bases over 0.5. So Rui is getting a minus 130 on Pinnacle. Now, again, I usually like seeing the FanDuel lines for this. Let's go over to Underdog. See active still. Rui, there he is. Yeah, under 13.5 points. Let me zoom in a little bit. No, you can't see if I do. There you go. Let's run it. We got to find some underdog plays. Mark Williams, Pinnacle, minus 145. No FanDuel again. These are touch and go. I really personally like to say, listen, I just showed you, 60-something% of my plays are winning. And I think mostly it's because I'm extremely picky. I don't usually play these. I think sometimes I feel pressed to play these because I'm on a live show. Does that make sense? Like, part of me is like, you got to get these plays in, Mitch, because you're doing a live show and people want picks, right? Like, I think that's what kind of happens to me mentally. But just so you know, in full transparency, like, I wouldn't be playing these plays. I personally would only be rolling out those ones that are beating FanDuel and Show Pinnacle. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to be transparent. Like, I'm kind of digging down into to a gray area where I usually wouldn't bet on those if I personally were running them. Beautiful. Look at this. Penny. Oh, we already did this earlier. Tatsuyama Aime. Is he like a big signing from Japan or something? Whoo, 9Ks last game. Good luck to us. 94 pitches too. Jeez. Well, that's scary, but the math checks out. Well, here's the other side of it. Overs are winning 67% of the time when we're taking them. Let's do we fade it? I think I fade it. You do what you want with it. I'm just showing you and talking through my process. How about that? Jared McCain. No. Max Strus, we already got earlier. Tim Tawa over half total base, so basically a base hit. Pinnacle minus 128. Juiced everywhere else if that matters. Bet online, definitely important. There you go. Man, who is this guy? I don't like these half bases. They seem to be like platoon hitters. I don't even have anything pop up for the guy off it. Alec Thomas for Arizona. Only 3 at bats in some of these games. Like, these are platoon hitters. I don't know if I can take these half bases. You give me a 1.5 base or something, not a platoon hitter. Jock Peterson's not a platoon hitter, is he? See, is that what he's turned into? Yep. 1-1, 2-2. I would be interested in the unders because if they get taken out of the game, Jock Peterson's lefty, right? So he faces right-handed pitcher. A lefty comes out in the 5th inning and Jock, goes to the bench. So maybe an under instead. How about that? Penny minus 135. I can do that. But I don't think I can do platoon overs. That's Prize Picks. Minus 127, minus 127. Penny and Bet Online. That's Cody Williams for Utah. Under 32.5. That's for Underdog. Decent play, not great. Again, I'm not getting the FanDuel barometer that I like using. But for the sake of just making some slips for the show, I'm going to do it. I mean, that's how I personally feel too, Dr. J. But hey, I'm also trying to make sure people feel like the show ends up being a value. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, I'm dipping down into levels I usually wouldn't do in the morning show. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm just being transparent. I feel like I've got to deliver the first afternoon show. So I'm trying to put some extra plays up. Exact type of play I fade. VJ Edgecombe, under 17.5 points, minus 125 on FanDuel, right? So Penny, minus 128. Sharp odds, minus 126. FanDuel odds, I want to see being shorter or worse than the Sharp. Right. So if Sharp's minus 126, I want to see FanDuel like minus 130. But the fact that FanDuel's even below that number and FanDuel's the sharpest for NBA, no go. And by the way, what I just explained, I don't know how I do that for you by giving you a donuts filter. You know what I mean? Like a donut setting. I don't think that really actually helps you because what I just explained, you just kind of have to hear me on these shows because that's my personal process. MySpartyEdge.com. If you have any interest in checking out the site, and I'll tell you right now, we're building a parlay builder. We're adding NHL player cards and trends and stats to the site. We've got a lot of stuff we're doing. The parlay builder is going to be freaking awesome. I got a glimpse of the Prize Picks parlay builder last night. It was dope. You can lock your price in right now. You can lock it in. When everything is done sometime this summer, you get a couple months. Sometime this summer when everything is like totally finished, because we're in the middle of a soft launch. The site is incredible for a soft launch. I will say that too. Once the site is done, and I'm like, all right, we're ready to just bang the drum for the NFL season. Price is going to go fully up to the normal price point, and it's not coming back down. And what you'll have the opportunity to do is to lock in your price. So if you join today at the Sharp Edge, you're solid for $59.99 indefinitely. I'm not going to email you someday and be like, just wanted to inform you your price is going up in May. I have no intention to do that. I'm not going to do that. So lock it in if you'd like. It'll be $90 if you try to come back when the NFL season comes around, because the site will be fully refined by then. Kyler Montero, over 1.5 walks. We're getting plus odds on DK. You got 222, virtually the same odds here for DK and ProfitX, but you got $600 on Novig. So a lot of liquidity coming in, $800 of whale money coming in on the over. DK giving me a plus 115. Fantastic odds. Kyler Montero's not a good pitcher either. I don't fully comprehend. Maybe he doesn't walk a lot of people. What about last year? 2025? Well, actually, it's been kind of touch and go. How about pitch count? I'm doing what I say you shouldn't do, and that's research. Whatever. I'm plugging it in because I highlighted it. Guy Santos, we had a good play for him last night, and he got ruled out. That's unfortunate. It was like Guy under 8.5 rebounds and assists or something like that. I don't know. No Prize Picks, no FanDuel, no Pinnacle. Can't touch that Will Benson play. Let's go look at some projections here in a second. I'm bouncing around to some lower level plays, and I just don't want to take these. I just don't want to take. I don't want to lose just because I'm forcing in things. I just don't. You can see at the top when I refresh that says soft launch underway. When you join, please connect Discord via your account page. There's the Discord part of the experience. What up, Rashi? All I'm missing is a nice cocktail. I hear you, dude. This is a nice, chill show. I don't have as much energy as I do in the morning when I'm, running on pure caffeine. I use my winnings in that 11-leg parlay to pay for the side. There you go. I was pretty frustrated last night. I'm not going to lie. I dropped a few F-bombs playing video games with my buddy, and he was like, what's happening? I'm like, freaking F-bombs being freaking. I'm not a big cussing guy. Fernando Tatis Jr. hits a RBI, a sac fly in the third inning. I had a $2,000 play on the line. Just needed him not to have an RBI. That was his only RBI of the game. Ridiculous. I was ready to be so freaking pumped. Can you go back to the bigger screen? You're beautiful, but I can't see as much. Wow. If I only had a mod in here to ban somebody, you'd be so gone, bro. Let's take a look at the projections. We'll go full screen. Let's keep it clean. So, why is everybody obsessed with the projections model? I don't blame them. I just don't blame them. It's so good. Good. It's freaking awesome. So, let me tell a little story, a little ditty About projections, here they come. When you go to the projections history, you can sort through our different projections models. We've been adding data back to 2022. And people love these. They love to research. They love to look at this stuff. They want to check all the different markets, all the different sports. And they're starting to uncover some really strong angles of the model, like some fantastic plays on the model. They're looking at sides like under versus over. They're showing them all together. They're doing all overs and unders, which we removed that one today. They're looking at overs. Oh, wow. All the A's, earned run A's over 13-1 this year. 92% of the 13 of the 14 projections that popped up with an A cashed. A plus, 9-3. Take the A plus and the A's. So basically, how a model should work, the higher end of the bet grades, that means your grading system's really good for that market. I'll tell you this too. Not all markets are going to look this clean, where it's like top heavy. C plus being the lowest confidence is way down here. It's way down here. So, anyways, hold on. Let me text. I got a staff member texting me. Sorry. This is what happens in the long run, right? I'm working. I'm actually still working. So, anyways, people go through here. They look at all the different sides. They look at all the different markets. They find different grades and angles, like overs for the hits, runs, RBIs market. A pluses are 61-21 this season, almost 75% of one, right? So overs are doing great for this specific market. You go to unders, well, they're doing pretty well too. But what makes it hard is look at the bet grades. It's kind of flipped upside down on its head, right? C plus 56-27, B's 51-20. Then you go down to the A's, and they're actually the lower win rates. So the bet grading system will be perfect when you see like top heavy, like A plus being close to the best win rate, down to the lowest grade showing the lowest win rate, so on and so forth. So you can go through here, you can do a lot of research per your, each market. Sometimes you find some very interesting data. I think other times you got to ignore it a little bit. Like outs overs. This is great to see. All A's, all B's, 18-3 overall if you bet on an outs over. However, that's a really small sample size. 18-3 is extremely small within the model. So be careful. You can't like fully hang your hat on this and be like, that's a lock and load. And you sell a kidney or a car and you drop it on this and outs over. Like, guys, gals, that's only 21 bets. Okay. Variance could be on your side here. Long run, this drops all the way down to a losing number. So please, please be mindful of what you're looking at when it comes to the projection models. Now, what we did is we took all of this information here for you so that you don't have to research at all, because no one wants to sit here. Not everybody wants to sit here and research this. However, if you do, you can look at this and be like, wow, total bases, insane, right? Insane. Unders for total bases have been great. Now, let me reply to my staff again. You can look at this stuff for, let me clear all the filters. You can look at this stuff for individual sports, things like that. You can look back at game stuff versus player stuff. I mean, do what you want with the information. Do what you want with the information. You can see just how bad NBA got at the end of the year. MLB, we got nothing to hide. It's all here for you to click around, see the different seasons, see how they're going. You can see totals had a huge bounce back yesterday after getting shellacked the day prior. And that's kind of how betting goes, you know? It's like something will do great, then it won't. Back and forth, natural ebb and flow. Run lines have been good. Money lines, shockingly, are the worst. And my model guy texted me today and said he's reweighting a few things for the money lines so that the win rate goes higher for the money lines. But that's actually been the worst one. Shocking. It's hard to bet on games, man. It is hard to, I just say it's hard to model for games. The edge is so very small. Anyways, let's look at the bets and let's talk about what these are. You ready? And again, I was trying to say this. So here's how it'll show it. Like, let's say you look at the earned runs. Please, I don't know if we can blindly play these yet. I just, here, let me zoom in big. I just don't know if we can. You know why? Like, these look great, don't they? Like, these are locks, right? You usually look at this and be like, lock it in. Insane bet. I'm going to make so much money. Guys, look at the sample sizes. Like, is it promising? Yeah. I mean, I look at this and I'm like, I love it. And by the way, if you screenshot this section, just player name all the way to market, use like Quick Pick Bot or whatever inside Discord, you can make a bet slip. It'll make a bet slip for all 6 plays. All right. So anyways, some of these pitchers don't have, they're not fully stretched out. They're, early season cold weather. Like, what if today's warmer than yesterday? What if today's a really warm day across the country? Or vice versa? What if today's got bad weather? So on and so forth. It's like you have a small 22-4 sample size. 22-4, extremely promising, quite exciting, but not something that you could lock in and be like, yep, every bet, lock and load, good to go. But there you go. You can see it. Now, when do I run something out? When do I feel better? Well, I want a bigger sample size. So something like this is a perfect example for me. There are 3 plays today with a bet grade of an A for total bases under. Regardless of how successful they are today, I'm starting to get a really solid sample size to where I could go to mysperryedge.com. Look at that. Just a natural sell, right? A little organic marketing. I could go to this site and these guys suck right now. Oh my God. They're under all the time. Anyways, sidetracked. ADHD. I got 3 plays here. Under 1.5 total bases. Look at the sample size. Is that 400? 519. 519 bets, and 75.5% of them have cashed when the play is an under with a bet grade of an A. That is a sample size worth noting, in my opinion. Even this, I'm not terribly enthralled by yet. It's only 62 bets. And again, like the first week of the season, it was 40 degrees. Maybe it totally skewed some things. And like today is warmer, right? So maybe these aren't even as good as normal. Do you see what I'm saying? I really want this to hit home because I see some people who are understanding sample sizes and they're using them correctly inside Discord, or they're paying attention to the odds so that you are beating the break-even win rate, the percentage, the probability. You very smart boy, Metal Gamer. Yes. So you basically use the implied probability on their odds versus the win percentage, and you decipher if you have an edge. And oh my gosh, I just realized that's something that we might be able to do for you on the site. Oh, okay, hold on. Got another text to send my dev. That is an idea. Let me type this out before I get going because I like that. Let me formulate my thoughts. Can we show a projections edge percentage versus books based on the win percentage of the bet market versus implied probability. I wonder if this is a good idea or not. I'm really going to have to think through it. I just took my notes. That's a really interesting idea. That's a good idea. I got to close my door. My kids just came home. Go ahead. I wonder if that's a useful endeavor or not. Anyways, let me get back on track. I'm just going to send one quick little screenshot. So I guess the next thing we'd have to do is like aggregate the total base odds to the under. And then calculate the implied probability and then just compare. I don't know. Let me think about it. It's just a random thought. I was like, oh my goodness, is this a great idea? But I digress. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, this is a good sample size. These are good plays. Now, some of them are really juicy. Of course, you're going to have to run out a parlay. And again, you could run, take a screenshot from the player to the player to the market, and you'll get a 3-pick entry right here for Durbin, Rodriguez, and Manzardo. Anyways, we'll go market by market really quick. I'm happy to show. Please, again, some of these sample sizes are so small. I don't know if you can lean on this stuff. I have no clue if you can lean on it. It's very small. That's what I'm thinking, Metal, too. Like, today's a warmer day, right? Yesterday was, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday was quite cold. So some of this stuff like this, oh my gosh, another good one. Like, you look at this and you're like, this is a good place. These are good plays. Is it? I don't know. I don't know because I've sorted it. You can click the sort buttons, Rava. Sort by win, sort by grade, sort by projection, sort by line, so on and so forth. That's all, buddy. So I don't know what I had it on. Grades probably. But anyways, like I look at these, I'm like, lock them in, baby. Great plays. This market's killing it. But again, it's only 21 picks. We have a 21 pick sample size. Is that something we can hang our hat on? I just don't know. It's very small. This could literally go 0-6 in the next 6 and be 18-9, which is still fine. But what if it ends up being a losing market? Y'all, 21 bets is not a proof of concept. It's just not. Strikeouts, similar. Like strikeouts have been tough. Not a lot of good strikeout plays. Here's where I start to like certain grades and certain markets. I'm going to refresh the page, make sure I got the most up to date, and look at this. Oh, I can hear 196 and 42. We've got almost 140 bets, 238 total sample sizes. A+ bet grades, RBIs, unders are winning. 82% of these 238 plays have won. These are A+. These guys are all in your lineups. So you take a screenshot like this. How many players is that? 10. Grab that screenshot. Go to a bet slip channel. One of my, anywhere in my Discord, I've got the bots in there to make those slips for you. Slap that screenshot at the quick pick bot. It'll make you a slip, and then you can run out a parlay. Now, I showed this yesterday, and I'm going to load it up on my DK account for you, and I'm going to show you what the SGPs look like. Did Swanson cash? Wouldn't that be funny? Hey, he cashed. Oh, I gotta love it. Swanson. Dansby Swanson. Batted ninth, went 0 for 3. No RBIs. I freaking love it. Plus EV play showed him Imanaga over 17.5 outs. Somebody said they cashed that from the tool today. Love that. He had 18 outs. Beautiful. All right, so Dansby Swanson already successfully cashed. Make my link. Link pops open. And there you go. These are akin to like running out a parlay pieces type thing scenario. Now, here's what I really wanted to show you. So when you put these together, there are times when I think it's actually a really interesting idea. And this is what I shared yesterday with people. It's a really interesting idea if you start running out little SGPs. Because if we are cashing 80-something% of the plays and going 11-1 and things like that, certain days, I guess I just don't understand. Like, what are we potentially? Like, I know we want to run out these huge plays. I do. I totally get it. But like, let's just take. I'm just literally just gonna remove a handful of these. Like maybe a -139 ain't good enough, so you put a third play in. Like maybe we'll leave one of the other plays, like little 3-leg parlays. Maybe you're running 4 legs out there for like +180s. I don't like somebody got really upset the other night too, and it was kind of annoying to see. But they posted to my YouTube, and they're like, you'd be a millionaire if you did all your ideas on your show. And like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Like, my goal of this show is to literally just like be one of you. I'm walking through my thoughts, my process, my research, my ideas, and I'm just trying to find ways to be a profitable better using the tools and to hopefully find a way to make you some money. Like, that's literally it. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to suggest things sometimes that might be great. They might be stupid. I don't know. I don't know. Is it a good idea? I have no clue. But I know when I parlay that list together, it's a 961. Maybe you break it into 2 5-leg parlays, right? Or 5-leg and a 4-leg. So I'm on the wrong screen because I wanted to enter it myself. But so I'm going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 of the plays. And now it's a +265. I've entered worse types of parlays for a +265 than plays that have an 80% hit rate and aren't alternate line LaMelo Ball 15+ points types props, So yeah, I mean this show is it's a show where we can research together, we can try to find good plays and try to win money together in a myriad of ways. I'm definitely I'm on the discovery path, if that makes sense. Like right now, I'm literally trying to discover how to use this all the best. You know what I mean? Keep being your authentic self. That's what sold me to join this community. Transparency. Funny you say that. So somebody replied to that. I think this is just like a normal thing. It's like, if you're ever in the public eye, you're just going to have haters. And like the guy replied to the other guy and said his public transparency shtick, I think that's what it was. It was like public transparency shtick is getting old. I'm like, I don't know how to deal with it. I just blocked him on YouTube. It was like being a good guy, public transparency shtick. I think that's what it said. I literally breezed over. I was like, block, move on. So it was something, but whatever it was something so asinine that I was like, shouldn't that be like the norm for the industry? Why is that a shtick? I don't know. I have not yet. I was traveling all day. That's why I went live later. You know what I mean? I'm live later for a reason today. I was on the road. That's an interesting point. I think, maybe if you run like a 5 or 6 legs, 4 to 6 legs for them, right? Because they're plus 260s. They're plus 260. They're plus 320s. I would not do a 2-pick round robin. I don't believe in round robins if you're having if you got longer, shorter odds like that, like a minus 300s. But if you're running out, I mean, that's a good question. Maybe I do it tonight. Now you got me thinking. I am going to show you all something too, and we'll look together because I'm actually intrigued. I did two things this morning. I remove my face because I am glowing and you can't see everything. This morning, I wanted to see what the initial run through was. And you see Dansby Swanson's on this list and he cashed. I wanted to see if anything changed by the time this, and then this list on the right side is the updated list based on lineups being out and active. I just want to see who's new, who got changed. So Derek Hill is on this list. Brooks Lee is on both. Ernie Clement is not on this. Jake Cronenworth is on this. Javier Baez is new. Jeremiah Jackson. Logan Hop. So it's just almost an entirely new list. How interesting is that? Which, okay, here's why I brought this up today. You guys ready to hear this? Because I have a thought. And again, this is, as Dr. J saying, being a hypothetical millionaire, maybe. But you know what? It's more important to me is putting out ideas into the world that might win people money. I don't care anything else. So here we go. I think one of the beauties of the product, and this is absolutely an organic sales pitch, is that if you're using this product around the clock, you at 3 o'clock might have more success than you would have at 12 versus at 9 versus at going and making your underdog slips at 11 p.m. I am here for about an hour a day, sometimes 90 minutes like today or 2 hours. I can often give you a lot during that time frame, and I can support you in a myriad of ways. But I think the benefit of a product like this, it's not 1 hour live show taking. I think it is you popping in during your 5-minute work break and making a bunch of different slips you want to make and then going back to work. I think it's you hiding on your family with your fake IBS at 6:45 p.m. and you're getting one single DraftKings positive EV bet, and it takes you all of 10 seconds to open, deep link, enter, submit, and pretend to wash your hands. Like whatever your experience is, you can have it on the product. And as I took that example this morning with those, with those 2 screenshots, they're different entries. They're different entries. And so here's what I want to do, actually. I'm going to share this one with Discord, and I'm going to share this one with Discord. I'm going to share these 2 links. I'm going to explain what they are. I will remove Brooks Lee from the second one for myself. You do what you want with it. But he was already in my morning parlay that I made. And then the Matt McClain was the other one, if I'm not mistaken. He was the other person who was in both the morning and the afternoon. And let's see, is there another? I don't believe so. I think I got them all Beautiful. I will give those to Discord, and I'll be like, hey, y'all, here's 2 parlays today. And they are from the site using the thingamabobbers, and that's a plus 506, that other one. Okay, cool. So plus 506, and the morning one was very long. It was like, I want to say plus 2,500 with the boost, but 2,100 outright. Yep. Here, I'll share a screenshot. So the other parlay I showed you that I'll give away is this. It's a plus. Oh, Mitch, you're not transparent. Yeah, I'm overly transparent to the point where somebody tried to troll me. Plus 2,100. I was right. I remembered. Plus 2,132. And then boosted 2,559. 11 picks. That's this morning's with Dansby Swanson. So you'll miss the Dansby play, but you can get the other 10. Oh, man, I love doing this. I honestly, this afternoon show is different. It's enjoyable, though. Oh, no. I understand, Dr. J. You're a great guy, man. That'd be sick. That would be sick. I think one of the best parts, if you do join up, and I'll tell you right now, is that you'll see me inside Discord supporting in a myriad of ways around the clock. Like, I 1,000% am always at least browsing, even if I can't like all in chat, because I just want to find a way to help people win money. I do. I'm gonna post those 2 parlays. I got a headache and my kids just came home. I think I'm gonna go. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. I am not used to streaming if it's not in the morning. The morning streams are so much easier for me because I'm pepped up on caffeine. I'm ready for my day. It's kind of hard to do this later in the day. Let's do a little rapid fire session, just real quick. We'll go rapid fire. I'll zoom in for you. All right, we got mobile view. This is actually going to be your tablet. We'll go right down the line. I don't have time to go back and forth. I'm just going to shout them out as I see them. Ace Bailey over 2.5 threes. Penny minus 143. Beats the fair odds. Remember, positive expected value tool. Anytime these pop up, bang, bang. I love them. Save bet over 2.5 threes for Ace Bailey. That's a good one for underdog. Nolan Traore. Nothing special here. I don't see FanDuel Pinnacle. It does DVIG. It does beat the DVIG'd odds of a minus 125. But again, not a ton of great options we are DVIGing with. This is live on Price Picks and Underdog. Now it's available on Fliff, minus 125. Interesting odds as well, because that's at least in line with the fair odds. For the sake of saving this, because I talked about it, we're going to save it. Nikola Jokic under 13.5 rebounds against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Penny minus 130 is interesting. No FanDuel. I fade. Let's move on. We're looking at Denise Jenkins. Penny minus 154. Beautiful to see. No FanDuel, but, wow, that's kind of nuts. Isn't he playing a ton right now? Yeah, he is. I don't care about DV. Oh, is somebody back? He only played 20 minutes last game. I'm confused about this one. I think I fade it without FanDuel's odds. I'm uncomfortable. Oh, Cade Cunningham's back. Oh, he came back last game. And then Dennis Jenkins only played 20 minutes. Oh. Let's give him a max minutes of 24. I mean, even with 24 minutes, my guy's been dishing lately. I don't know. You guys do what you want. I'm done with the NBA. What are we doing here? I got no. We didn't get any hockey in. What are we doing? Why isn't there? Wait, is hockey tonight? Why aren't we getting any hockey plays today? NHL, ESPN, NHL scoreboard. There's no hockey tonight. Boo! Hockey's been doing well. Was it 11-4 today? Brandon Ingram under 21.5 points. Sheesh. Penny. No FanDuel. We'll save it. We'll go with Penny. All right. Sharp Money Radar. FanDuel. My head hurts. I think I need some food. I'm not even talking right now. I'm just trying to find you picks. Yeah, I know. Playoffs in a week. 16th, right? For NHL. NBA, same thing. Just gross. What are we betting on this stuff for? Like y'all can. I'm telling you right now, and there's math is math, right? Math is math. I just don't want to bet on it. It's all NBA. MySperryEdge.com. Give it a look-see. Mobile's beautiful. PC, beautiful. Different tools. You can click through them right here. You can see how they all look for both platforms. A couple questions down here. Testimonials, always nice to see. And then, of course, once you join up, log into Discord. It's on your account page over here. Make sure you set your state as well for deep linking. That helps. Set your go to your account and connect to the Discord, mysprayedge.com Discord. And that's the DFSnDonuts Discord. All right, my friends. Almost 90 minutes. I streamed really late today. I'll be live. What's tomorrow? Saturday? I'll be live at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Come back tomorrow morning. The morning value is always phenomenal. I love it. I'll post those parlays inside Discord here shortly for all sorts of members. And no matter what product you're involved with me, I will post it in an appropriate channel for you. Appreciate you all. Have yourselves a wonderful day. MySperryEdge.com. Get that if you need it. And go ahead and you can make a bunch of picks tonight, late night. It's a great time to do it for the next day. You'll smash closing line value. And then, of course, I'm here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, for 1 hour to help you get yourself situated for the betting slates. Have yourselves a great day. Let's get paid.